Battleground games, let's talk. For 3 years, it has only been you being the backliner on how Roblox is today. So how come everything is becoming so stale? How come the games we are knowing now is already outshining the one game we all thought was unchangeable and that was the strongest Battlegrounds? And I hate to have the answer, and that was updates. The strongest Battlegrounds sat in the corner knowing all and well that their game will succeed, having a spree of updates until the famous summer event. That is when everything changed. The inconsistency of waiting their updates led to multiple YouTubers who still linger in that genre, waiting for the next update and trying to find as much content in the game until then. But it can only go on for so long. The strongest Battlegrounds isn't Blox Fruits. The game runs on hope that the next update will get better, and its replayability is always a reason to return. Content-wise, it becomes a downside. But this video isn't entirely about the strongest Battlegrounds, it's about the general genre. The whole point of Battleground games is to test your skill in that game. We all start out new, trying a character we love in that certain anime or animes and then build off it. Potential gets everywhere, right? Wrong. It leads to people becoming tryhards and thinking that they're better at the moment they reach triple digits on the leaderboard. Literally every Battleground game is like this, and I hate to conclude Jujutsu shenanigans because I previously made a video going over every character, but god, the combat was terrible for everything. So what point am I trying to prove here? The genre is flawed. It has been 3 years and every Battleground game looks remotely identical to each other. Every Battleground game has different characters, sure, but what matters is the gameplay, right? Not even that. You can include special skills but then realize your combat is boring as hell. Creativity is what most Battleground games suck at. Imagine joining a famously new Battleground game just to see the frontliners of every game being the same thing. Check your game passes. Oh look, it's free access to testing characters. Woohoo, private server commands. Yeah, I've seen that one before. Extra emote slots? You shouldn't have. Literally the 3 chairmen of any game you join in don't even try hiding its price for them. It copies the strongest Battlegrounds. Do I also have to mention that it always ends up being the second character people play the most? And even if it's a coincidence, it has been too much to count with how easy it is to combo with the second character. It doesn't stop there, no. Let's also talk about teamers. We all ended up teaming once or twice, but let's put this in perspective. Kills don't mean skill, and the fundamentals of teaming is only when you're so good that the others will team on you to kill you, right? It can be the opposite sometimes. And it doesn't matter what side teams, it is just wrong. Several games implemented an anti-team feature and you know it's bad when people ends up bypassing it. You could be a child trying to fight someone, trying to learn their playstyle, and instead of hearing a, hey, let's stop, you see a swarm of their friends come out from the shadows just to jump you. Taking in the opposite perspective where you're just minding your own business and suddenly you see the trope of the 3 boosted egos come towards you just to jump you because you were slightly breathing too close to them. One of you are enough until the other shitbags appear to ruin your day. Teaming overall is the second worst thing to experience overall in a Battleground game. And the first is, oh my god, it's the balancing. Taken from earlier where it's always the second character being used because it has slightly better performance than others, probably to do how the combos can chain if not smoothly right into another. But we all know there is one character that takes time to master just for it to become busted than any other character if used properly. And taken from Stake is Genos in the strongest Battlegrounds, Toto in Jujutsu shenanigans, and Kratos, if not Chara, in Jump Showdown. Honorable mention is Jun from the Legends Battlegrounds. These characters have the balancing of someone who just did a combo without trying and said, yeah, seems releasable, and let the community do the deciding factor. Every time I encounter one of these people, I start to think, am I the problem? And I guarantee you aren't. Learning a character takes time, and Tesla's just testing for a week if not longer doesn't give a valid enough time to say that it's okay and the next move is set to be released. I lost my breath there. Still, awareness is key to say that a character needs checkovers. Characters ended up being busted than others if you have the skill for them is cool and all, but when it deals more damage once you learn it, it becomes pretty damn unfair. To be completely blank, the game isn't compensating how different it can be. My experience in Battleground games varies from something called the playstyle, or in other words, the dance. Every Battleground game player has one person who does this, so let me push you to tell you what it is. Literally any sensical amount of jumping, side dash toying with the person trying to exploit them. It becomes your signature playstyle and is no different from others. New players don't know how to do this dance when they first start off, and it ends up being a literal wall to how you play later on. It causes people to have zero prediction and trying to reel in that first N1 so you can be comboed. And this is cause literally every game has this same dance. Every TikTok, short, or video of an experienced player comes to use this whenever. And believe it or not, it leads to another side becoming passive. This coin flip where people ends up changing their whole playstyle to revolve around staying distance to make sure that they leave no open spots and catch that person off guard the moment they try to hit them is devastating. This is also the reason why so many people rage quit and hardly come back to the game because of this. Adapting is good, until you end up camping the side of the box waiting for your opponent to strike. This is why riot shield campers were abolished in Call of Duty. But we have something so much deeper than all of this. Something that you didn't expect me to say until now. That is the animations. Quality matters in every Roblox game to this day, and animations is always the first check to say that your game has potential, but too much of that oversaturates the game. Imagine fighting, not in the mood to experience any long animations of an ultimate just for it to be your unlucky day, and now you're forced to watch 15 seconds of your life pass right before your eyes. And a good example of this is Heroes Battleground. Every base animation feels too long, unlike TSB's, which kills most of the gameplay for me. It starts off short, then the next Battleground games has a longer cutscene and animations. The first look is cool, then you realize the whole game will be like that, and it makes you turn away. Don't get me wrong, people love cutscenes and animations, but your mood matters here. This is also another reason why people leave a game mid-cutscene. I wouldn't want to watch it when I'm not in the mood either. So let me summarize it for you if you didn't get this. The Battleground game genre fails to understand how the community feels, lacking creativity and following each other like a generational pass-down. Rather than addressing the issue, they encourage it by bringing more people such as content creators to light and tell them how their game is. Creativity spirals down to how you can extend off something a Battleground game doesn't have, which most lack. Replayability is one thing, but repetitiveness is something else that has to stay low in order to enjoy a game. Battleground only YouTubers aren't as happy trying to figure out how they can extend off their content because there is not much to cover if a game goes dead silent for months. Will that stop me from posting content about an update or character ratings? No, not really. The point is that the genre has gotten old, stale, and unwelcoming. You can only get so far until people start to change something a game has. All the games can be enjoyed, but it's always mood dependent in choice too. I won't bug your ears for any longer with how that is, however. You have all been there to say that a Battleground game is nothing more than copied slop. But with nothing more to say, thank you for watching, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next one.